Hi there. If you're watching this video, well, this is my first video that I'm going to make. I'm probably going to make a few more. I hope to keep continuing to make these and further into the future. But before I get into that, I'm just going to start off by saying hello. I'm going to start this channel. I'm probably going to call it Kid with a Wrench, something like that. I don't expect to get a large audience or something, but I was just hoping to make this type of video to sort of motivate myself to working on this car here, and to give some backstory on the car. This is a 1970 Ford Maverick, as stated in the title of the video. And it's as you can see, she's seen better days. Certainly, she's been places. Big story to tell, I'm sure. I don't know the whole story, but I bought it not so long ago, probably a few months ago. I'd say like not quite half a year ago, but like almost. But I decided to buy this car shortly after my grandpa passed away, and I bought it because, well, my grandpa, he used to work on these cars. He used to work on, well, not these specific cars, but he used to work on cars a lot. Old school classics, of course. He wasn't very good at the new stuff. But I respected my grandpa a lot. I love my grandpa. I lived with him for a long time, and he's basically like a second dad to me. But I decided to buy this car because, well, my grandpa, he left a bunch of tools to me when he passed away, and I wanted to put those tools to good use. I wanted to use the unique opportunity that I have, this very fortunate opportunity that I have to work on something that I'm passionate about, work on something that makes me happy, gives me some sort of goal to strive toward, gives me motivation, it gives me hope. And that's why I bought this car. I wanted to just like try to fix it up. I was hoping I can get my dad involved, have him work on the car with me, have some like father-son time kind of thing. But of course my dad, he's a quite busy man these days. It's kind of hard to get your dad to work on stuff with you because, they got to work, they got a job. And especially because my dad specifically, he works on cars, he's a mechanic. Just like my grandpa kind of was. My grandpa, he was a lot of things. He did he had so many hobbies. Nowadays, I would call that hobby farming. I think a lot of people would. But he had a lot of hobbies. He had like leather working, upholstery. Actually, see if I go over here to my truck, this is my truck here that he got for me, and you can see it's kind of hard to get over here, but you can see he did the upholstery. See that nice material? He did that upholstery on my truck. He did a lot of things on my truck, but that's another video, I think. Anyway, back to the car and why I bought it and what I was doing and what this is all about. Essentially, I wanted to start making these videos to motivate myself. And I know I'm repeating myself now, but I want to solidify that I'm trying to motivate myself to work on this car, because I bought it like months ago and I really haven't done too much to it, and I'm about to show everything that I've already done to it before before moving on and working on the next bits and pieces, just to give an idea of where I'm at and where I'm gonna be, where I want to be anyway. I don't know how, I don't even know if I'll even end up making a second video. Who knows? The world's always changing, people are always changing, I'm always changing, and you never know. I might just scrap this whole video for all I know, but I'm gonna roll this whole thing and I'm going to post it raw. So anyway, the engine, as far as I know, it's 2.8 liter. six cylinder, straight six, or whatever you call it, inline six, not straight six. There's a difference. I just don't know it very well because I'm not a mechanic like my grandpa and my dad. But I pressure washed the whole thing. Of course, my dad told me how to do it. I did it the right way. I didn't, I didn't mess up the internals, hopefully. But I had to clean off everything. It was all way worse than it is right now. As you can see, sure, it's real rusty, but it was dirty too before. Now it's just rusty. So it's probably as good as she's gonna look unless I like repaint the whole thing. As you can see, there's a whole bunch of old rubber that I might have to end up replacing. I might have to end up redoing the whole motor. Man, there's a lot. But I mean, these old cars, they didn't have a whole bunch of fancy electronics and all that. It was pretty simple. It was just straight up an engine. You had your cooling system. You got your spark, your air, simple stuff. There wasn't a whole bunch of sensors or anything like that. It was pretty simple. The most complicated thing to me in my eyes is probably going to be the electronics, the wiring, because I don't really know what I'm doing when it comes to that. When it comes to this hard stuff, I get that. I can turn a wrench. That excites me, I like doing that. Not too excited about, rewiring the whole car, because man, looking at those diagrams makes my head hurt. But, yeah. Anyway, let me show the interior. So, I'm going to go to the first thing that I did. I'm going to do an order of everything that I've done so far to the car. Of course, I washed it off. It's just rusty, not dirty, just rusty. So the first thing I did was this interior was nasty. It was awful. But I've basically I've steam cleaned the carpet. It's all just steam cleaned now, thoroughly steam cleaned. I cleaned it out the best I could, and then I got these, as my dad suggested, I got these Indian blankets, which are, man, they're really cool looking. But I got a couple of them, and I stuck them on my driver's seat. I didn't put any in the back because I don't really expect any passengers back there. I got a couple of these just for, I think it looks great. I think it'll work really nice with what I'm doing. But I've done that. That's the first thing I did because I hated that interior. It was full of trash. I had to empty it of all the trash. Damn. And yeah, there's lots of like that where it won't want to close. Awesome. That's a horrible sound. Oh man. Man. See, you open it and now I can't close it. There's my problem. No? Not my problem? I don't know. I don't know why she's not closing. There we go. I did not like that sound. Anyway, the next thing I worked on moving to was this. This is my gas tank. Now, what's unique about this 1970 Ford Maverick, I don't know if it's like completely unique. I'm sure there's other cars like this, but it's not super common for a gas tank to be just sitting back here bolted down. Usually they have like straps underneath that hold it up. But this one, it just bolts in. Like you drop the tank in and it's got these bolt holes and you bolt it in like that. And so what I've done is I've taken it out and I've redone, hold on. I've cleaned it up and then if you can see it, I've replaced the relay there. And I've got these hoses. That's the newest thing I've done. So I went around to all my fuel hoses, sorry. Connected it to the fuel lines. So I got this hose over here. And I've connected that hose to my fuel line. And then I just now added that fuel filter. And then underneath over here, I did the fuel line over here. I don't know if you'll be able to see it, but I did that one. And yeah, And then I've recently just got oil filter, because I'm gonna need to empty and drain the oil and put new oil in. Yeah, okay, and then I just ordered spark plugs. Yeah, I just ordered spark plugs for my car, which was kind of hard to find for this car, to be honest. I had to look around. Yeah, that's pretty much everything. So I hope to make another one. I wanted to tack on the second clip because I was a little rushed in the first one. My grandma needed some help with something. Anyway, I just wanted to add a couple more things, like my thoughts about the car. I love the car. It's fantastic. I don't see 1970 Mavericks like anywhere out there. I don't see them online. They must be a little niche, I guess. The parts for them are kind of rough to find, just a little bit. I don't know. It's not super hard, except for the tires, I think, because I think the tires are a little rare. They're like 14-inch, I think, so they're a little harder to find than normal tires that are made today. And as for the tires, I tacked on these used tires that don't really hold any air. They're all old and messed up. I just had them to roll my car, to move it into the spot. I had to buy those tires just to get it to roll over here. Yeah, and as for what I'm gonna need to do later in the car, I don't know. I don't know anything about the transmission. I don't know about anything about the engine's internals. For all I know, it could all be nasty and destroyed in there. What I do know about this car is that it turns over. I can show you by moving this. Come on. I know it turns. Yeah. So it turns over. It's not locked up. I know that for a fact. I don't know anything about the radiator. I don't know nothing about nothing. All right. And I'm not really a mechanic. I'm just a kid with a wrench. So I guess that's about it. I'll talk more about this in the next video if I make another video. And following up on the Maverick and what I'm going to be doing and all that. I'm sure I'll talk more about that later. But yeah, this is my 1970 Ford Maverick. I plan to restore it, or try to restore it. If that doesn't work out, I just want it to get it to move, you know. I'm just really excited to see something so cool and so old, and you know, someone drove this car to work every day, you know. I bet, you know, I don't know that for a fact, but I bet someone drove this car to work every day back in the 70s, and then it got handed down and handed down and handed down, and now it's on me. It was about to go to a junkyard, but instead it went to me. And having it here and making it breathe life again, that is what I want to do. That's my main goal. I want to make this thing move again and hear the roar of the engine, and like, you know what I mean, like restoring it. But I don't have like too many parameters on what I'll want to do to it. So if anyone wants to leave comments about what they think I should do with it, I think what I want to do is just try to bring it back to life the best I can. I know this is going to sound heinous to some car people, but I want to like do some repainting. I do want to repaint the whole car like black, which I think would be so sick. But of course, that's a way down the line kind of thing, not a right now kind of thing. As for right now, I just need to get it to try to do something, to move, to try to move. And that's enough. That gets me excited. And I hope this video motivates me to just keep working at this and keep making these videos, showing off my progress, and hopefully even showing some of what I'm doing at the time, you know, showing while I'm doing it, show some of what I'm doing. And not just do an update video every time, because that would be kind of a little boring. I want to show off what I'm doing while I'm doing it. That'd be pretty cool. But yeah, I think that's about it. I think that's all I got to say. I'll leave the rest to the next video. Peace out.